Oh my gosh, Josie, why was that the first thing? Oh, no.
Just
I hate it here. I'm leaving.
You were going to go live without me doing shenanigans, even though we're late? No.
Oh my gosh.
No, you can't. You can't.
Hello, everyone. Especially
Oh,
hello to the person who just tipped us $10 through Pally. What the fuck?
Tips to you. Tips to you. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the tips. We're back. D&D. We've had 2 weeks off. Look at all these hats I got.
Well, so many hats. What? Wow. Some of those hats are bigger than the ones on top of them as well. That's
Yeah.
like a
You know, the hat is bigger
hats.
on the inside.
That's
I'll make the rules.
concerning. How, you know what? Let's talk about hats. More talk about like how awesome chat is for waiting so patiently for 2 weeks.
Oh, they're so.
D&D.
There's
Thank you.
Octua. Yes, that is.
Wait, are we relevant? We're finally relevant. Let's
No,
go.
we're not.
Oh.
That meme is in the past, actually.
Oh, that's right. It's mewing now, isn't it? Isn't that?
What?
No,
that
it's
was before that.
Ohio Riz.
No, that's old.
Thousand Aura.
Yeah.
Rizzler.
Are we just going to go through our list of Zoomer memes?
No, we're not. Do you know what list we are going to go through, though? The list of names. Hello, everyone. I'm Josie Poser. I'm the dungeon mistress of this game. I'll be running this as I've been doing for coming up on, did you know, in 3 months? 3 months, everyone? 3 months?
Whoa.
4 years. Here we go. I'm Josie Poser. I'm joined today by, sitting all alone by the bar, we have...
Me, hi. I'm Roju, aka Participation Award, aka Forrest Barkley, our Goliath Paladin.
Oh shit, yeah. And then above the Forrest Barkley, enjoying the window, we've got...
You have me, Weatherstorp. I play Trish, Motherborn, Dragonborn, Amethyst, Bard. I'm just so shocked about our Zoomer words. I'm gonna
we threw him for a loop, everyone.
just dab me up. Dab me up and onto someone
Dabbing
else.
is so old. Oh
Dude,
my
that's
god.
pretty
No.
Dab
There's a
I'm
new thing with the dabbing. It's like a awesome handshake thing. My son does it to me all the time. Dad, it's like, Dad, gotta dab me up, and he's like ready to like smack my hand. I don't know what it means, but okay.
It's a kind of a handshake equivalent.
Oh.
It's not a high five though. It's a.
You know who knows everything all about handshakes?
Orb, pass it over, Orb. No, the other way. Other way, Orb. Other way. There you go.
Oh, see, you're the one wrong. You're doing the wrong
I'm
way.
doing it wrong? Fuck,
You're the one.
No!
You're doing it the wrong way.
Wait, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Excellent.
There we go.
All right,
Beautiful.
hand over there,
Beautiful. I died of old age before that, but at least you did leave each other hanging. But who are you, sir?
Who
Receiver
are you even?
of the
What are
up
you doing
top.
here?
Me? Who am I, you ask? Well, I'm Aussie Devfro, and I go by Aussie Devfro. I have no other name. But I do play Tinker Slobbersnout, the oh so lovable, oh so unpredictable, oh so acidic Kobold Artificer.
Oh shit, that's lovely. And unfortunately, we are one cuddly raptor short. It doesn't make a lot of difference to our overall height value, but we miss her dearly.
Yeah, I've got
And
the sign as
out
well,
of
just to-
spite, I'm also going to mention what Cuddly did the other day without us, because you know we all know Cuddly left for the old country to visit the old family. You know what Cuddly also visited? The Gary Gygax Museum without
that
us.
was pretty cool.
And sent us a bunch of
photos.
pictures
Nope.
and told us how cool it was.
Nope. So when she gets back, there will be punishment.
And according to my
Oh no, her audio is gone.
Nope, not yet.
Nope.
That's all good.
That's all right. I think she was about to. Hey, Josie, nod or shake your head. Were you about to segue into the the transition? Oh, hey, we have a minute to figure it out. Roll that transition, Roju.
Is that exactly what she was going to say, though? Do you reckon?
I mean, she probably could have said a many number of things. She could have said that.
All right, give me your best guess. I need the maximum Josie from you, please.
You know what she was probably going to do? She was probably going to do that. What was that intro? It was like
hello.
Oh, shit,
Hey, she's
back.
back.
No, okay.
All right, Josie, what were you going to say?
No, well, I was gonna say, Road, you roll the clip.
Ah!
In your forebears' shoes, follow in their footsteps, and may the way ahead fill you with wonder. Common saying during Wind's End Day. Sleep did not come lightly to all the eve before. Tinker wrote down the full statement of Dumont von Hansen, the refuge who had left the city of Hague for his own safety. The group had a moment to talk amongst themselves. At the end of the first watch, Serena Lassagne arrived, having been called by Dumont, and offered to take him away and sequester him somewhere the moon couldn't find him. There was no interest in bargaining with the night merchant this time around, besides a few silver coins that Mirel paid in exchange for Serena to make a few inquiries. They hesitated in following Tinker's proclaimed shortcut down the mountain, and while they did end up returning to the city faster, they needed a bit of a patch-up. They wasted no time in going to find Harald, the Theronian captain of the Bulwark, who showed sympathy to the words of Dumont's passing, and the Tinker could not avoid Forrest blabbering to the captain about the written statement.
Blabbering? I never.
A few choice words slipped the captain's lips as he asked them all yet another favor with the upcoming event, that if the Gavanite envoy does anything to stir up trouble, they all jump in to save the civilians. When they split up from Harald at the Fireside Market, Mirel was nowhere to be seen, and Trish decided to hide among the throng of people, and Forrest got caught laughing at a bad joke that was thrown to the crowd from a figure in the center of the marketplace. Now currently having exchanged word and sword, literally, not in a battle, with Marlin, known also as the Maestro, a powerhouse from the Free Sedum. Tinker and Forrest stand in the Fireside Market, talking to this elderly fish person.
If I remember correctly, they were like comparing swords above Tinker, right? Like Tinker was kind of like looking back and forth, like.
Indeed.
Yeah. So Tinker's like sort of feeling a little left out, and he's looking at him. He's like, well, that's all very impressive and everything, but I have nothing to input here.
If I
I don't have
remember
a sword.
correctly, it was he was like, "Can I see yours, and then he was like,
Yeah,
"Would you
he
like to
was
see mine?"
you had handed over Fang, and he had handed over, and he had this like
It was an EP or something,
unnecessarily,
wasn't it?
yeah, an unnecessarily long fencing epee.
Epee.
Pepe. And he had handed it over to you. A show of good faith that, like, very much like, if you let me hold yours, you can hold mine, kind of thing.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, wait, no, hang on, I can. And Tinker reaches into his bag and pulls out a little dagger.
Well, that's very nice, Tinker.
I
This
am
is-
surprised you can hold something that big, considering your stature.
Oh, I
Oh,
hold a lot of things that are a lot bigger than me. It
It
kind of
is
comes
pretty
with
over. Oh, you
job.
mean him?
Yes, I was trying to make another joke about his size.
No,
Oh.
it's true. I
Why
am
is that
small,
funny?
but I have a big brain.
Right, you're very smart.
That is important.
No, no, certainly.
I know a
So-
lot of tall people who are small-brained. I wonder if it's correlated. Do you think, little one, that maybe you are so short because your big brain is weighing you down?
That's a joke, isn't it?
A little bit. I was trying to give you a compliment.
Oh, well, no, it's just fact. And he sort of beams to himself.
The is the weight of this sword more or less normal-ish, or is it like
It's
it's
a
not
bit
particularly light or
lighter.
particularly heavy? Or
I think I described it as being made not out of metal, but almost like it's completely made out of pearl.
ah,
And
Has
you
it-
see
has
the
it got that-
hilt and the handguard
Hmm.
looks almost like coral grown into a basket hilt.
has it got that sort of pearlescent sheen to it
Oh,
as
yeah.
well?
Yeah, and it's definitely lighter, but it's sharp.
This is very pretty. Did you make it, or did someone else make it for you?
It is it was a given to me by my king for years of service.
Well, that's very nice. It's lighter than I thought it might be.
Yes, it is quite good. Usually, when something, I wanted something a bit longer and made out of metal, it would have been too heavy and unbalanced. So this was commissioned specifically for me. This is also quite interesting. Your wood is quite hard and sturdy.
Well, thank you.
Bigger than I'd expected.
Well, I chose this stick, and it made of it what it is, I suppose.
Wow. Who made this, if I may ask?
Oh, a tree made that, I'm pretty sure.
So you plucked the sword out of a tree.
Well, the tree made the stick.
Well, that
and I
leaves
picked up
me
the stick.
flabbergasted. A
And then-
sword
That's another
tree.
joke.
You pick up quickly.
I'm getting good at spotting them.
No, you see, Eobard made it so that you don't make the stick. The tree makes the stick. You get the stick, and then you turn the stick into something else. That's what I did.
So you carved this out of a piece of wood?
If that's the word
Or
for
did
it.
Eobard do it? I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no,
I'm a
no,
little
no.
bit confused. Who is Eobard? Who is Eobard? And it sort
Oh.
of looks down, like stroking his catfish whisker Fu Manchu.
That's
Looking
right.
down at
I
you.
remember that. I just forgot that he's a catfish dude.
Well, he's not a catfish dude, but for some reason he's got like the little
yeah.
like fish goatee
Mhm.
and the catfish whiskers.
Yeah. I love it. Well, Eobard's my family. I'm looking for him because I lost him.
You are looking for your family.
If you find him, please let me know.
All right. Do you know where he might be?
Nope.
I can keep an eye open. Eobard, what does he look like?
Oh, well, he's probably... I think he's probably a wee bit bigger than that one, he says, pointing at Tinker.
Those people.
All right.
And he's got... he had some shaggy dark hair and some...
All right. All right.
facial hair as well. It was darker than mine, but not all of it. Sorry, I'm not very good at... I don't really have the words for describing very well.
Would you mind giving me his full name? It
Oh.
might help.
It's like mine. It's Eobard Barclay.
Eobard Barclay. All right. I will remember, and if I see him, I will tell him that his family is looking for him.
Well, he was taken
He was taken.
by some bad people, and I'm trying to find him so I can get him home.
That is a bit romantic.
Well, that's what you do for your friends, is it not?
It is. It is good to know that there are people out there who would go to such lengths. I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm not sure I will be able to help. After I'm done here, I'm heading far to the east. Looks down to Tinker again, to your stomping grounds, I believe.
Oh, that's all well and good. What would you have to do down there?
I
Not much
have
down there.
been called to help.
Oh,
Well, not me personally, but they asked for someone, and I was coming here anyway, so might as well.
no, that
Do a little bit of a trip out of it, you know? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll stop by Reckwall's Reach.
See the sights, smell the smells.
See the sights, smell the smells. Correct. No, the only thing I heard that is apparently they needed someone with a different kind of skill set to help them figure out something.
What an amazingly vague set of instructions.
What
I
kind-
am sorry, but I cannot tell you anything more because it isn't politically important.
Of course, sorry, my mistake there.
I'm
How-
not being vague as I'm trying to build up a cryptic persona. I'm being vague because I'm not allowed to say anything else.
Oh,
And I'm being
understand
incredibly
now.
blunt because I have no other way of acting.
I wouldn't call you blunt. You're very sharp
And spicy.
and spicy. True.
While Tinker's having this interaction, can he sort of like scan the crowd looking for Trish?
Okay.
Ooh,
you
Trish is gonna be trying to hide.
Yeah.
make a perception check. The DC is a little bit higher because Trish is deliberately hiding among the people.
15.
15. You look around and you spot who you might think is Trish, and then you also see another figure walking up behind her. Trish, as you're standing among the people, you suddenly feel a tap on your shoulder. You hear a voice say, "Hey, can we talk somewhere quiet?"
Okay. And like she turns around and knows who they are.
You turn around and you see a familiar sort of shortcut, almost like a short buzz cut, but it's almost like coal cinder, a bit of a mohawk situation. Someone who is a mix of soilkin and emberkin, and you've seen this person before, wearing right now the official vestments of a captain, as you see Alex.
Oh, okay. Yep. Let's go.
Okay. Nothing else. You don't need to worry about anything. I'm not here to do anything. Just... And he sort of like, not get you out of the crowd, but definitely gets you to somewhere there's less people. and you see Alex looks almost paranoid, like keeps looking around all the time, keeps talking to people, every now and then nods at someone, and then says, first things first is, I want to apologize for my behavior the other day. Not a great excuse, but you did fuck up a very long... Never mind. Doesn't have to do with anything, really. But in having to come to what was happening over there, I missed out on a few other leads that were quite crucial. But something's up. Something's up. That's why I came to find you. I saw your friends are up there talking to the Gabonite, but I clocked you. You remember the guy that we caught, who you said led the ambush?
Oh, yes.
Someone paid bail.
Can you
He was
track
just
who
let
paid
out.
bail? Can you track who paid it?
Yeah, apparently it came from, I think, I don't know exactly who it was. Like, it's above my pay grade. It came trickling down, telling me that it's been done. But I did see someone who was around, and they sort of like look through the crowd and just like don't make it too obvious. But they're coming down the steps from the heights.
Trish is gonna very, very coolly looks down the stairs. And
Okay, you look over and you see all 5 members of the Ingenuity coming down the stairs. Some of them with attendants, some of them without, but they're all coming down. You can also see now that just a few minutes left until this, not forum, but this like public meeting. There are guards setting up fence posts and benches and large tables for where this meeting is going to be held. They're also making a perimeter where people can't pass through, and says, the one in the back, the blonde Bob.
Blonde Bob.
And you immediately see with a blonde, platinum blonde, posh haircut, walking behind Vanya, one of the Ingenuity, is Nyla Arkwig.
I see Nala the bitch.
Tinker's gotta kill her! Tinker's gotta kill her! No, Tinker's
I don't know
gonna
if she was involved, but she was definitely talking to the guy after he was let out.
I really appreciate this so much. You have no idea.
Also,
Yes.
second thing before I gotta go do my thing, stuff in the well, gone.
Oh. All gone. As in,
I don't know where it went. Whenever I tried to ask, I was simply told that it's none of my business. It's been dealt with. Something doesn't smell right. And
who told you that it's none of your business?
My sergeant. Sorry, I gotta go do my own thing.
It's okay. You go do what you have to do.
Yeah. So Tinker, you see Alex walking up and having like a hushed conversation, keeps looking around, and then you see Trish also look around, and you can almost follow. They're too far for you to see where they are specifically looking, but following their head movements, you look up towards the stairs and you see the Ingenuity, all 5 members coming down and walking a few steps behind with some other attendants to the Ingenuity is Nyla Arkwig.
Now, Tinker would recall that we did tell Alex that that the reason we were in that alley was because Trish wanted clothing, and Trish explained that she was brought here or she was sent here from a friend.
Yes.
I believe that's how kind of the conversation went.
Was it actually mentioned who sent us?
No.
Held that one back. Okay.
Trish held that back, but I feel like Tinker, looking in the direction that Alex was indicating. You see, he's got that keen mind, yo.
He does have that keen mind.
I feel like he'd be clever. You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. I'm gonna roll to see if he.
Are you rolling?
Because
I mean, you weren't not listening to that conversation though, because that was away from us.
Yeah, but Josie just said that Tinker sort of clocked the movements of the.
Yeah, like you can see that they are looking in the direction of the stairs. And you can also see Nayla among the group of people coming down the stairs.
No, that's fair. Maybe you won't. No, don't worry. I won't.
But I imagine everyone's looking up at the people coming down the stairs. At this
There's definitely like people starting to look around.
He was taking body language into it, but that's fair. That's fair.
You learn to read lips.
I mean,
then,
that's one of the feats. So
that's a different feat.
It is a different feat, but I believe was on anyway.
I think it's on your list.
It is on the list.
But increased stickiness of beak.
Still in the middle of a conversation about swords, Marlin hands back Fang. You have a very peculiar blade here. Take good care of it.
Thank you, I shall. And you as well.
I can sense that it likes you.
Oh, I hope so. Sheath it again, and I'll be like, and it's just gonna sort of like pause for a moment, as sort of like everyone's sort of watching or following his gaze, and he goes, "Marlin."
Yes, Forest.
And he's just gonna do a quick divine sense to just get a bead on.
You want to vibe check Marlin?
I want to vibe check everyone in 60 feet of me, but especially Marlin.
Okay, 60 feet. There's not a lot of people within 60 feet. They have been avoiding Marlin, but there's still like a couple of people close enough. Some of the guards. And what do you sense again with your divine sense?
So I'm just having to remember it because it's not actually modified. Oh wait, did I put it in a note or something? Maybe I did.
I do believe one is monstrosities.
Did I put a note? Please tell me I put a note. Yeah, it was Fae and monstrosities, and
humanoids that oppose Forest's beliefs, pretty much.
It was like opposing
bad people.
Towards my ends, I suppose. Bad people.
Yeah.
So as far as it's just sort of like, because Forrest isn't like, for anyone who's new and it's been a couple of weeks, so just as a reminder, like Forrest doesn't really cast spells per se, or at least he doesn't think of it that way. It's more that his intent is just like he sort of just furrows his brow and just like wants to look into this person's soul and just feel him out. And that's kind of more how his divine sense works. He kind of just like, it's more of a intention to sort of just extend his awareness and get a better idea of the people around him. So he's just wanting to do that specifically with Marlin.
Okay.
And just
Marlin does not give off any bad vibes.
Awesome.
Marlin is not Fae or monstrosity, and well, in this instance, has no intention of causing harm to Forest or anyone who Forest holds dear.
And it's sort of like in that pause, he sort of just uses that divine sense, and he's like, "I don't think you're a bad person, Marlin. I don't know why, but I think some people think you might be a bad person, but I don't think so."
Yes, there was a lot of.
Why would that be, do you think?
City.
Well, Forest, People don't always think the same things. They don't always share the same beliefs. And one could argue, if you want to get very much into ethics, that there are no bad people, but there are bad actions and intentions.
And
Sure.
at that moment, you hear in your head both Boris and Tinker, that fucking bitch, from in Trish's voice.
Tinker's eyes go wild. It's like,
What?
Are you all right, my little raw friend?
oh, sorry, just a sudden headache. That's all. Oh,
Maybe it is the glue.
the glue.
Yes.
What glue? There's no glue.
Never
There's no
mind.
glue in my head at all.
And he gives a wink.
He
At that
he
point,
starts
Trish-
checking the sides of his toupee just to see that there's.
Trish is angry stomping like towards you guys now. Like Trish
Wait,
is-
she's
As,
broken.
yeah, as you're
Yeah,
like
she's
stomping
cranky.
towards, Marlin will just say to you, Forrest, I don't think there is such a thing as a bad person necessarily. It is simply who you believe to be a bad person.
Well,
The loser will always be angry with the winner. Now, if you excuse me, I have the meeting to get to. I am not even quite sure why I'm here. So this is quite interesting, really. You have a good day. And when the meeting is over, if you know anywhere I can get a drink, somewhere local, that would be lovely.
oh sure, you're welcome.
We know a wonderful place. We'll show you the way.
Thank you. Now, I believe your friend is coming here, and I do not want to be in the middle of whatever is going to happen.
Yeah,
So,
she's very upset about
I
something. You should
will,
get out of it.
see you later. And just Marlin just like sheathes his sword and walks off.
As Trish comes up to you, she stops and she's crossed arms. She goes, "We need to," like talking through her teeth. "We need to talk privately now.
Don't know where it would be private right now.
We're going this way. We're going this way. Come
I
on."
mean, there's no one around us right here.
No.
Yeah, With Marlin leading towards this gathering, people are almost following suit. Like, oh shit, Marlin has moved away, so now people dare get a bit closer.
Yeah,
He's
so
got this, like,
Trish
invisible
Trish is
And you
bubble
can see
around
where,
him.
where he's walking, this puddle is following him.
Nah, Trish is like already grabbing like Tinker and pulling him one way and coming for us. Let's go.
What? Oh no! Help!
All right, where are we going
He
then?
says quietly, "I'm being kidnapped."
Once we get away, like to the side somewhere, preferably maybe where Trish was brought to, earlier. Trish is just gonna sit there and goes, "So, I've been seeing a friend. Well, no longer a friend. Short story is, you're right, Tinker.
I'm right about
my-
a lot of things.
Oh my
You're
god,
gonna
I
have
can't
to
believe I just said that.
explain it clearer, please, Trish.
You
What am I
might need
right
to be
about
more
this time?
specific,
So-
Trish. Tinker
so the
seems to
person-
be right about a lot of things.
So the person that sent us for me to get some shapewear to look better in disguise, and we were ambushed, right?
Right?
Hmm.
You take a guess, Tinker, as to who could possibly sent us? Or sent
Well,
me?
Well, you don't have too many friends in the city, so
I think you
it
said,
is.
didn't you?
Trish said there was a friend, but I put two and two together, and I feel like it was that is this word slipping from my mouth? The dragon born.
Yes, the other Dragonborn. The bitch herself.
That opinion's changed quickly.
Has Forrest even met this person? I don't think he has he?
You've
You've been shooed out of a room by her.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh right, yeah,
her,
but
yeah.
I would, yeah, that's right. Right at the beginning when they were getting interrogated, right?
And then Tinker got to hear the entire conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Forrest, remember the lady who kicked us out of the interrogation room a while ago?
Oh right.
Yeah.
The one that wanted to speak to Trish.
She's like Trish. As in, horns, tail, tiny wings.
Oh right, yeah, she's pretending to be something else.
Yes.
So
One I headbutted.
You headbutted.
So Alex,
I headbutted.
I don't know if you guys remember Alex, but Alex came and saw me. And
Oh no, I saw.
Oh, you very perceptive of you.
I'm not just a pretty
oh.
face.
The captain of the soot spill.
Yes, the very angry one.
Yes, and
Why'd he come and see you?
so the guy that ambushed us, the leader guy, the weird one, he made bail.
What's bail?
So when you get put in jail, if someone pays money, you're allowed out until a trial or something like that.
Oh, are we on bail?
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh.
We did our
We
work.
did that job for Harold. That was our bail.
All right.
And
Wait, so he did a job for Harold.
no, they had to pay real money. We were able to do a job. They had to pay.
Is he a
money.
pirate?
No.
Gold.
No. I would like to say
I'm
a
very
naughty
confused.
word, but I don't
I
want
think
to
we've lost
learn
the
it.
direction of this conversation. Anyway, you were telling us that Naylor is
Alex says that he's not sure if she was the one that paid it, but she was the one that was there and asking questions. She is a bitch. She's the one that set us up. She needs to.
Hold on.
Wait, sorry. Let me put this together. So you're saying that the one who attacked us in that alleyway was
Yes.
sent by your friend, and then your friend got them out of trouble by paying a bunch of money. Why would... That's not a thing a friend would do.
No,
It's
not at
exactly-
all.
Exactly right.
There's
Did she
another-
know that he attacked us?
I would assume yes. Why else would she organize for them to attack us?
Now, this
She
isn't
organized them to attack us?
Possibly.
a little bit quieter. We can't say it too loud. But there's also
While you're
organized
having this
them to attack
conversation,
us.
you do see that there are many individuals gathered now and are taking seats, and it looks like the meeting itself is going to start.
one quick thing, because we probably want to hear this. All the shit that was in the well, apparently it's gone. That well, he's been told. Alex was told. It's all gone by his superiors.
Well, he did tell them to take it, didn't we?
We told him to look, but if he looked and there was nothing there,
We
then
didn't
someone
find
got
it.
to it.
No, Alex didn't look. As in, he was told it's gone by
He
his
was
superiors.
told not to look.
Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
This is one of those situations, Forrest, where, yes, Harold is a nice person, but who he works for and who the organization he's a part of might not be. We have to be careful about what we say.
We better go catch what they're about to talk about. I'm interested.
We should have a talk to your friend. That's not very nice.
Can we talk to her with our mouths and our teeth?
Later. Let's see what they want to say to us first.
I don't know how to talk to people in the brains like Trish does. I have to use my mouth.
Oh, I was talking about biting her, Forrest.
Oh, I mean, if we need to bite her, we can do that.
Trish has started walking towards the group, like
You just got permission to bite someone.
Trish is saying no to it. Trish is like, I want to listen to this, and these guys are carrying on.
No, we're following. Well, he's Tinker's following.
You follow the crowd. You get close. There's an area just below the steps that lead to the heights of Ingenuity. These massive stairs that Trish has had to walk up and down a few times now. Just below, they have secured an area. They've set up a large circular table with many chairs. They are all filled except for one. One seat remains empty. You can see several individuals sitting there. Some of them have other people near, standing behind them, attendants. Some are alone. But you do see Naila Arkwig standing behind Vanya, headmaster of the College of Robotics and Engineering. You can see all the members of the Heights. They are sitting. Everyone has these really nice looking nameplates. And there's even, you can see a couple of what looks like maybe apprentices, younger people are setting up ad bots that are apparently, as one of them starts up, you can see that it shows an image of the meeting itself, and the ad bot then just starts going through like the crowd, just like sort of like a moving mini jumbotron, just moving around the crowd.
That's great.
These ad bots, are they in any way similar to the ad bot in Tinker's Bag of Holding?
The one that Tinker has is old and beaten and shoddily repaired. These ones are maybe not brand new, but they are higher quality. They also have audio. They can move. The one you have is stationary.
Right.
But these have little wheels. They have little screens. They have like little speakers. And you can see every now and then it sort of moves. There's almost like a constantly panning camera angle that circles the table. And you can see there's like a little almost like pyramid looking apparatus in the middle of this large meeting table that just keeps spinning.
Right. Do any of them get close to Tinker?
Yeah. They're just moving around the crowd slowly, like they're just making sure that you can see some people follow them, and it's just a way for people to be able to hear and see what's going on.
Okay. No, that's all right.
Right. And just in going through my notes, just reminded me that Vanya, the headmaster of robotics and engineering, is literally Trisha's Dragonborn friend's boss, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You can also see that on.
Right.
You also, just pointing it out there, Tinker does still have the full statement of Dumon, who was a witness to the planning of sabotaging the hunter that was carrying the Leviathan above the city.
Which does specifically say Vanya's secretary. Now, I can't remember whether we got Dumont to describe what she looked like, or describe
Wait, was
what
that because I had in my notes it says was planning with Bramwell? Was that what was
correct?
What the planning was in reference to?
Secretary. So I've got the statement here. So Reckwell 22nd. Overheard Vanya's secretary talking to Bramwell about accidentally dropping the Leviathan on the rusted commons to create an expansion and gentrification opportunity that they'd been waiting for.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
With that, I'm just sitting next to Vanya. You do see Bramwell Fernachizia, who is an Emberkin, the college headmaster of the College of Architecture. He's a very not someone who works a lot physically, but who goes to the gym, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't have that sort of physical labor body, but they still have a fair amount of definition. Is wearing a very nice looking white shirt, sleeves folded up. You can see the arms, these big forearms, are covered in what looks like blueprint schematic style patterns. Has a pair of really nice looking glasses, has a bow tie that looks like it's maybe made out of actual just folded plates of gold. And next to them, you see all the members of the Heights of Ingenuity. You see a dwarf who has some Emberkin traits with the nameplate Gerlor Steel Eater from the College of Smelting and Metallurgy. who's just sitting there and is constantly with like a piece of piece of like cloth is constantly like coughing into it. You see sitting next to that person, you see Borsor, a full dwarf, like just tall, incredibly top heavy, these massive mitten hands, who's also just sitting there. You see the only person who looks a little like out of the heights of ingenuity, the person who looks the most out of place might be the headmaster of recreation, which is Karma Sirocco, who looks, the only way to say it is like an anthropomorphic phoenix almost. These very avian-like facial features with his gorgeous, almost shimmering, like burning red feathers instead of hair, and is wearing very flowy robes. These are really large yellow eyes. There are other people sitting here as well. You see this, and what you can only expect to be an actual giant who you saw at the first meeting, Melvin Heathaze, who sits on a chair big enough to seat several of the other people. Standing behind him is a similar-looking person, but who's definitely smaller in stature, probably around forest size. But instead of these grays and monochromatics, this person has like those emberkin fiery veins and has almost like a coal black skin. There are other people here as well. You see representatives of the church, of the furnace halls. You see Marlin is sitting down, but it's very clear that there's more space between the seats around him than the others. You see, on a chair that can only be described to as among thrones, someone pulled out a kitchen chair, sits the scrapped one. And then one slot is empty. No chair, just empty. And every now and then when you see the panoramic move, it just reads Hathok. They begin talking in hushed tones. They introduce each other. They go through pleasantries. They introduce each other. They shake hands. They reach. They talk. They smile. They nod. You can tell that there's definitely tension. Not all of them agree with each other. Maybe they don't even like each other, but for this moment, they tolerate. Everyone is putting on an act of wanting to be friends, of wanting to reach an agreement. But it's easy to tell that everyone has their own agenda or is completely nonchalant about the whole situation, don't care. And you see Marlin is just sitting there smiling, just taking it all in and nodding. No one is exchanging him any pleasantries. Until Vanya speaks up and says, "And lastly, we welcome Admiral Marlin from the Free Seedom." And he says, "Retired. I'm no longer part of the military services. You may simply call me Marlin. I am only here to listen and see if I can be of aid. You had sent for someone and here I am. So do not mind me. I will not put my nose into your business unless you ask me to." And he just sits there and smiles, and everyone is looking at him like they're trying to gauge him. They're trying to look him up, like, what's his deal? Why is he being so nice? Why is he smiling all the time? Then discussion starts. Gerlor and Borsor, the two dwarves, mention that the Smeltville is still severely lacking, falling behind day by day after the impact of the Leviathan. They mentioned falling far behind, that they need more power supplies to run their machines if they're ever going to catch up. They had, at current pace, there's no way they can manage to restore the Smeltville to full capacity before the season of darkness, before Sandra covers the sun. Urwald, a person you hadn't spotted, quiet, unassuming, mentions that he could probably offer some of the apprentices of the Stellar Forges to help work in Smeltville. And Gertrada of the Furnace Halls, the head matron who runs the faith of Hathok here within the city of Hague, also mentions that as part of their training, all members of the clergy have to learn physical labor, engineering. It is part of their belief. Creating and building is how they revere the goddess. They could probably ask if someone would like to volunteer. As part of this, Bramal and Sirocco managed to catch eyes with each other, and the Firebird-looking individual with this smartly clad, cleaned, attired Bramal, they talk about refurbishing some of the old bellows to see if they can up the city's power generation. That is when you see a little gnomish fella calls out. He says, excuse me, I'm sorry to butt in, but are you then assuming that the people of Terrusted Commons would be working in the old bellows? You haven't even complied with our call for more safety measures within the existing bellows, and now you're saying you are going to rush refurbishment of the old ones? The ones that haven't been in use for 50 years, and make us work there? No, I will not stand for it. Our people will not be put into that kind of danger. You will have to find another way. And they start talking about, as some of them mentioned, like, it's for the good of the city, it's only temporary. We have new tools, there are constantly new things being put into work to make it better. But suddenly, Gertrada and all of her acolytes stand up. The entire crowd goes quiet. Completely silent, as everyone looks. A single, unassuming Emberkin walks towards the market. Coming from the west side of the city, wearing large goggles over their eyes, a big tuft of hair tied back behind their head, almost reminiscent of a plume of smoke, of embered coals, tools, bolts, pieces of metal hover in the air around her. The temperature rises.
No.
Walking towards this meeting place is what looks to be just a young woman. She's wearing a worker's attire covered in soot stains. And she, every now and then, she will hold her hand up and just grab a tool that seems to float to her hand. And she's working on something, a little object. And every now and then she'll let it go and it just hovers in the air, and she grabs something else and she tweaks and twirls and she attaches. Like debris orbiting a planet. Tools, pieces of metal, materials float around her and seem to just come to her hands as she grabs for them. And then She just walks towards this fenced area.
How far away is this figure?
Currently,
Yeah.
25 feet maybe. People are just silently making space. You see elderly people are like they're almost hyperventilating, and maybe the low middle-aged people are just whispering like, it can't be. No.
Yeah, that's what Tinker's thinking.
And the kids, you can just see the wonder in their eyes, looking at the view before them.
This isn't Hathawk, right?
Make a religion check.
13 isn't going to cut that, I don't think.
13. You can't be sure. You've read books, you've heard stories. This might just be someone who's very good at what they do until the only object not flying, the only tool stuck in the tool belt is a strange-looking slag hammer that pulses with a purplish pale light. Piece of the fallen star.
It is Hathawk.
As she moves up towards this meeting area, the chained fence itself moves away and makes room for her to pass through. She doesn't bat an eye towards the crowd. She simply walks through.
Forrest leans
She
down
walks
to
up to the
Tinker.
table, yeah.
How do you think she does that? That's pretty cool.
I don't want to say magic. I want to say science. It's probably science so complicated that it definitely looks like magic.
Oh, can you do that? Why is everyone
Whoa.
really quiet?
Tinker, you look up and you can see Forrest is sweating profusely as well, and you yourself feel like it's getting really warm here. Like the temperature has risen several degrees in just seconds.
Because now, Forrest, you have to stay with me on this one.
Hey? Why is it so
Up
warm?
until literally now, I didn't think she existed.
Well, she's right there.
Yeah, I can see that now.
What is Trish's reaction to this? You're also feeling the heat increase. Your illusory disguise helping you avoid people's clocking it. But it's warm. It's really warm.
So she's still like side-eyeing that bitch real hard. But she's she's very suspicious. She doesn't know why she's suspicious. She's just not feeling very trustworthy of anyone at the moment except her friends. So
Understandably.
she's just thinking, oh, is this another ploy? Is this another way to get me to do the bidding? She low-key is actually tempted to talk in their mind and goes, and this is just out of character, I'm not saying it in character yet, but she wants to go, who are you really? And just be like,
As Trish has that thought, you see this individual takes this object they've been working on and just sighs and just throws it out towards the crowd. Not even looking at the crowd, just throws it out. And then just looks up at the people by the table and goes to sit down. And all the little pieces of material and tools just quickly, in the instant, just form the shape of a chair as she sits down.
Very cool.
Where did the object fall that she threw?
It goes flying into the crowd and people move aside. And it crashes down, leaving like a dent in the flagstones underneath. And then rolls and bumps into the shoe. Well, maybe a 10-year-old. It looks... Imagine, if you will, somewhere in between a Rubik's Cube and the map sphere from Treasure Planet.
Huh.
Is anyone picking it up?
Yeah, the little kid looks at it, looks at whoever their parents may be, and then picks it up. And just holds it.
Tinker is not going to take candy from a baby. Not today, anyway.
And then you see that you lose sight as people gather around to see what the object may be. And then there's just suddenly gasps from that throng of people.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Is she still 30 meters away?
You'd have to push through the crowd to get close enough if your range is 30 feet.
Yeah, Trish does so.
Okay. You push through the crowd to get closer. It's a little bit easier now. Some people have started to go towards that object. Some people are just shocked in awe.
So this is what she wants to do. She wants to hidden herself within the group, with the crowd. So it's not easy able to pinpoint where I am. And then go, are you truly a goddess in her mind?
In her mind. You go to send out the message. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
Yeah, you what? This is kind of expected, I think.
20.
Well,
A 20. So all of it, like, you go to say this in her head, and the world falls still around you. Like, all of a sudden, everything is in shades of red and purple, and you feel so small as you look over, and you see this individual has turned and is just looking right at you. No bloodlust, no malice, just observing you. And you feel yourself almost being picked apart piece by piece, like someone is just peeling your entire body, like every piece of skin and muscle is the peel of a banana. You just have this sensation of, she can see you.
Banana.
She can see all of you. Like, she takes one look at you, and she can almost count the amount of cells in your body. She can map out your entire circular system after one glance. This is the goddess of crafts and art and knowledge. And she has seen you, and she knows who you are better than yourself, maybe, in this moment. Like, she's taken one glance, and in her head, she now has a full lexicon of everything about you. She knows every point where your nerves are close to the skin. She knows the path of your synapses. And then she looks away, and the world seems normal again.
So probably a god.
probably a goddess. Yeah, yeah, I would have put that.
Might be God, definitely God. Trish,
Like MRI machine.
And
by
for
God.
everyone else, there wasn't really anything to it. It was just a quick, like a cursory glance towards the crowd. But for Thrish, it's like you've been picked apart to atoms and put back together after being cataloged.
And that's with a 20 on the wisdom save.
Yeah.
You almost had to get a new bard. Because Tinker's good, but he's not that good at putting you back together. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it actually happened, but that's like the sudden sensation you had.
Trish sort of pushes her way back to Tinker and Forrest and goes, I've had enough. I feel like I need a shower. And she just walks off, going back to our room.
Trisha, all right.
Oh.
Bye.
Yeah, she's gone back to the room. Like, she's
What about?
As she's leaving, you just see, like in your periphery, everyone at the table, Hathuk, just sitting there, just hand waves to the council to keep up what they're doing.
What's the oh bloody, what's his name again? The something one, the
Scrapped one.
the scrapped one.
Scrapped
thank
one?
you. What's his reaction?
Make an insight check.
Oh, that's pretty good. 22.
22. He looks like he's waiting for something. He looks tense. He looks tense, as that kind of nervous of someone waiting for their moment.
Not surprised at all, though. I feel like a lot of people are probably surprised by this, right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell because you can't see his facial features. You
Sure,
only have
yeah.
body language to go on.
And I suppose the
And his
occasional
body
glimpse
language
of the
is just completely stiff.
jumbotrons.
Yeah, every now and then it just like scans over where he is, and his face has turned towards her. He has this like almost like welded together plate with only these two narrow slits where his eyes might be.
Yeah.
And he's
Makes
just
it difficult.
looking towards her, and his left arm just hanging limp at the side, and his right arm is definitely tense. Like you can tell, like your senses looking at him, what little time you've spent with him, and also from what you can see on the jumbotrons, it's like he's trying to not fidget. Like he's being self-aware of his own nerves. So Trish, are you actually leaving?
Trish it feels traumatized and needs to go to a safe place.
And you're having a constant, for the moment, hyper awareness of your body. Like every step you take, it's like you can feel every muscle fiber moving, and it's just everything in your body is aware of your entire body. It's like you can feel your teeth. It's like you can almost hear your lungs filling with oxygen. Like you can hear the whooshing of your blood in your veins. You just have that hyper awareness that won't go away.
Yep, yeah, Trish is hating life, hating this, hating that. Definitely thinks she should definitely not do that to anyone again. And yeah, she's noping out.
Mm-hmm. She's noping out. The rest of you, are you staying?
Yeah, well, I no one's mentioned anything about gods to Forrest. I don't think he's knows anything about them in the first place. So he's just like, this is just someone that everyone seems very taken aback by and respectful of, and he's just seeing what happens. It's just along for the ride at this point, I think. So,
What about Tinker?
Tink would have more insight than Forrest, I suspect.
Well, at this point, even with his shoddy religion role, I think has cottoned on that the way that everyone's reacted, and I think it'd be pretty easy to put two and two together. Tinker will remember something and sort of look down at his hand and at the ring he's wearing, which was potentially have claimed, probably false, that it was at some point Hathok's, I believe, or made by Hathok, I think is what the description was. And he'd sort of, because obviously like the whole like sort of dragon line, not overly religious, not very much into the deities, the goddesses at all, really.
We are the goddess.
But there is a respect of power. Like that's, I think, is, well, maybe not respect, but there's an understanding of power. So Tinker, knowing who this is, and sort of like, yeah, they probably do have abilities that he wouldn't understand. It's sort of just like, hold on to the ring for a moment, and just sort of concentrate in the direction, just sort of wondering, is like, because if there's something going on, like this is well above his pay grade. So he's sort of like gonna hold on to the ring and like concentrate for a moment, and sort of just, I don't know what he's entirely angling for here.
Is it just like the link is just sort of fidgeting with it?
Yeah, because there's something going on. After hearing what Trish said, he's worried that something's about to go down, and he's like, there's only one person up there that he might believe might be impartial to literally everything right now, and it's the goddess that just walked to that table. So he's just going to fiddle that ring, and if there is a connection, he's just going to be thinking something along the lines of beware, betrayal, and sabotage.
Almost at the same time you have these thoughts, Tinker.
There's betrayal and sabotage.
Oh no, shock horror!
Vanya makes a low bow, and the people from the furnace halls sit down. But they seem almost ecstatic. They're like, they look like they're in awe of what just transpired.
I mean, that's their god specifically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan club got to meet their celebrity. That's
Yeah.
yeah. And they just seems like they may not be paying attention too much right now. A lot of the people around the table are definitely paying attention to Hathok, and there's this sensation of, how do we proceed? Like, what do we do now? Like, no one is like, this is unprecedented. What do we do? And Marlin seems to be the only one who isn't too affected. He nods and greets Hathok as she sits down, treats her like any other person around the table. And Vanya says, "Now, with all present, I would like to propose a question to our envoy from the Free Sedum. What would you have us do with this Leviathan, this creature that's ended up in our city? We didn't know what to do with it, so we figured to ask. That's why we sent for a diplomat to come by and help us in this venture." Marlin looks confused. "Is this why you have called me? You wanted to know what to do about Tendrilagos, who lays dying within your city? Can I ask you a question in return?" Nobody says, "Yes, of course." "Do you also ask Thirona what to do when you kill a wild boar? Does the Plumekin dictate who gets to travel where? You caught the Leviathan. You brought it to your own doorstep. We from the Free Sedum beyond the Rend. We do not own these creatures. They are not ours. They are their own beings. If you would like to view them as game, then you caught it. It's your problem. By all accounts, it is yours to deal with as you see fit. I simply ask that you not let it suffer like you would a deer or a hog. But this is all you wanted from me. Again, here within the city of Hague, do you ask the artisan for permission to build? I'm simply confused why you would even call on us. Vanya looks slighted, like she did not expect this. She was waiting for something else, and she's just about to speak up when the scrapped one stands. Slams a large device down with his right arm onto the table. With the artisan as witness, I wish to accuse one of the ingenuity of treachery against the city of Hague. You look and see what he's holding. It's a circular device coiled with wires, and at the very center is a simple blue bead, glowing and pulsing.
Is that similar to the device
Teleporting down the well?
Yeah, seen in the well?
Did any one of you look down the well? Oh, Tinker did, because you
Tinker did.
sabotaged the
Tinker
whole
did.
thing. I will say,
I'm pretty
Tinker,
sure Morel got a good look out there several times.
Morel isn't here.
Morel idea.
That's true.
Tinker, it's not the same one, but it's near identical. You broke the other one. This one, as far as you can tell, doesn't have any show of reparations, but the design is very, very, very similar.
Tinker yells out, "Look out! It could be a portal!" at the top of his voice.
You call out, people look towards you. And you just hear a response. This scratch one says, "It is."
And then Tinker goes, "I knew it!"
And people look at you in the crowd, and some of the ones, especially a blonde woman standing behind Vanya, glares at you as the crowd sort of like opens up a little to show who you are.
Tinker looks around looking for Trish because he's got the perfect job for her, and then actually realizes that she's not there.
She's not there.
Uh-oh. Forrest, we need Trish.
Anyway,
You can feel the temperature rising even more.
Because Trish can contact people up there in the mind. We cannot. I think something's about to happen.
I'm pretty sure they heard you.
Tinker's like...
Is Trish still heading away, or did you just get some distance?
Trish is heading back to the hotel.
Okay.
No one else
Okay.
sort of called for her to come back.
But
So.
why is it so hot?
Yeah, it's just getting warmer.
It's a bit weird.
You then hear the voice of the scrapped one again. I have proof that one of them masterminded the sabotage of the hunter, aimed to have part of the commons demolished, paid obscene sums of money to develop technology for artificial seeds of dimensional power, planted decoys and breadcrumbs towards a scapegoat, and lastly, planned to use one of said seeds to capture the former admiral, to use as a bargaining chip against the Gavinites.
Tinker's confused because this is literally everything in Dumont's statement.
Vanya smiles, grins even, as this is said. You can hear people within the crowd starting to rumor monger. Who could it be? Who did what? Why is the scrapped one involved? Whose side is he on? What's going on? What does Marlin have to do with this?
When all this rumoring's happening, Tinker turns to Forrest and goes, "Forrest, if I do something incredibly silly, will you back me up?
It depends. What are you going to do?
Reveal truth.
Nothing wrong with that, Tinker.
So you'll help.
If you're revealing the truth, sure.
I need uppies."
I got you, pal.
As you start picking Tinker up, you hear again the scrapped one says, I've been working with another in the ingenuity to put together all of this evidence towards catching the culprit. Accusing all of this, I point out Vanya Fuela, the pinnacle of the ingenuity herself. And you see Vanya's face drops as everyone looks towards her. Tinker, with your keen mind and now having uppies.
Now having uppies.
Thank you.
Which is a condition now.
The only people who are feigning surprise are Nayla and Brahmal. And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Right. Yep. That's why he needs uppies, because he needs uppies.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm imagining like Forrest holding you like someone in like a 90s rom-com holding a radio over their head, you know?
I'm imagining how Rafiki holds Simba on Pride Rock.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably by the hips though, extra height.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
No. Obviously by the handle of the backpack.
Because unfortunately, the person who can talk directly into minds has wandered off.
Yeah.
She's traumatized.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's
Completely
fair.
Yeah.
She was like, I need a safe space, and she went looking for it.
Don't
Yeah,
have
we'll
time
make
to
it
come
work.
after you.
We'll make it work.
For those of us who need to, go refill drinks, visit the old loo, have a bio break. It's been a very talky first half of the session, but this has also been, there's been big build up towards this.
Yeah, this is a lot of pieces falling into places? Question mark?
Yeah. Question mark.
Question mark.
I think I just love the idea of Tinker being like, I know that is what I know. Wait a minute. This was supposed to be my reveal.
Yeah, and now he's kind of like, he wants to, like, because, okay, I mean, we are about to go on break, but Tinker is now worried the scrapped one is about to accuse Vanya, but that's incorrect. It's actually Nayla and Bremal. That's who it is. Vanya's the scapegoat.
But Vanya's the boss, right?
Yeah, that's why she's the scapegoat.
Right.
Because the
Vanya would be the equivalent of the president here.
Yeah.
And she's now being put on in court for treason.
But
She's been accused of treason.
But his testimony did say that he observed Vanya talking with Bramall about it, right?
No.
Did I misunderstand
Vanya's
that?
receptionist.
Oh.
Yeah, which is exactly what Dumont says. However, they needed it here. Bramall said it needed to be dealt with by someone outside the ingenuity, and that they needed a scapegoat to fall back on if anything went wrong. Secretary said she would contact Q, and that she already had a scapegoat in mind. Now, remember Dumont said that the Leviathan fell early.
Yeah.
So
something did go wrong. So they've fallen back to a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can have these conversations when we come back. We're gonna roll some ads. We're gonna go on bio breaks, and then we can brainstorm as much as we want and see what happens next.
Aussie's brain is firing, and if
I love it.
Someone has to when Cuddly's not here.
Yeah. The brains of the operation ain't here. Please help, chat. Please help.
We'll be back very, very shortly.
All right.
Everyone, see you soon.
Bye.
Well. Wow. So do you want a moment to do the brainstorming thing before we jump into it?
Yeah, because I'm afraid I'm about to really screw something up, so I would like my other cast members to help me out here.
Yeah.
Other cast members or the one that's like gone running?
The one that's present.
I want cast members, not characters, players, because I feel like I'm about to make a big mistake here.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm gonna read because I feel like, did we read out Dumont's statement? I don't think we did. I think I was holding it until Harold actually asked for it.
You've not given it to Harold.
No.
You said you had something for him after.
Yes, but I don't even think I gave the players the full statement because it was going to come out when we.
I don't know if I've heard the full thing. No.
Okay, so.
Or I won't know until I hear it. So.
Yeah, sorry.
I won't know until I hear it anyway.
Yeah. So the scrapped one has essentially said Vanya is the one who's orchestrated all this, right?
Right.
But Dumont is saying that they overheard Vanya's secretary talking to Brummel, right? The two people who are currently not
who are doing the surprise
shocked.
Pikachu face.
They're not doing the surprise Pikachu face, right?
Well, they're doing it, but they're clearly...
Oh, they're doing it poorly.
They're doing it poorly enough for Tinker to know.
Excellent. So they were talking about accidentally dropping the Leviathan on the Rusted Commons to create, expansion and gentrification of that area.
Yeah.
Keyword, Rusted Commons, right? Where the scrapped one lives.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, no, the section next to the Rusted Commons. That's next to where the scrapped one lives.
Yeah, because he's in the soot spill, right?
No.
Sorry, the scrapyard strand.
The scrapyard, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Sorry, one of those.
It's fine.
There's so many dilapidated areas.
It's been 2 weeks up. You're allowed.
I'm looking at the map. I've got to look at the map.
Yeah. Look. So we have the scrapped one. We have this plan to destroy the Rusted Commons so that it can be turned into a nicer part of the city, right?
Yeah.
Now, Brummel said it needed to be dealt with by someone outside the Ingenuity, and they needed a scapegoat to fall back on in case something went wrong. Now,
someone to take the fall.
I see what you did there.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yep. So, now the secretary said that she would contact Q and that she already had a scapegoat in mind. Now we don't know who Q is.
Yep.
But it was meant to drop on the Rusted Commons.
Right.
Instead, it dropped pretty much dead set center in the middle of the city. Now,
almost on the Heights of Ingenuity. Which Tinker's mind, and this is just a theory, that the scrapped one still had a hand in dropping it early. I think he's still out to cause chaos. I think he's still doing his thing. I wouldn't be surprised. But that could still remain to be seen potentially.
Yeah.
Especially given that he's coming out with the J'accuse, Exactly.
So I believe he thinks he's essentially throwing the heat off his own shoulders.
Yeah.
And now whether he's in on it or not, I don't know about the scapegoat. But I firmly believe that Vanya is the scapegoat. And that it is definitely Nyla and Brummel. Because Nyla is the secretary.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that Nyla's bad news just purely because, she's directly out to get Trish, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, she's jealous of Trish, but the party members don't know that.
Yeah.
We know that. So, is Darcy's leap in logic going...
So, I would like to know... While we're having a nice metagame chat.
Yeah.
I would like to know what makes you so certain that Vanya is not just perhaps if Vanya's in on it but wasn't expecting to be thrown in under the bus in the process.
That I don't think is as in that's not something that I thought about. So she could be in on it but wasn't expected to be thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
But
still one of the baddies, but
Possibly.
Being out-baddied.
Exactly. But I think
also be the
that
case.
sort of thing is just Tinker's whole purpose now is that because he also really doesn't like Nyla. So he's sort of going, well, hang on, I've got scrapped ones accusing Vanya, but Tinker wants to kind of with these uppies wants to yell out that he has evidence saying that hold on, it's not just Vanya. Yeah.
Wants to throw that evidence out and nail it to the wall.
Absolutely. He's even got the hammer to do it.
Well, I think, I mean, I think if if justice is to be done for as far as Nail is concerned, then like that needs to come to light. I don't know if it necessarily does anything to exonerate her boss,
No, that's not Tinker's intention.
but
Tinker's intended to open the net to make sure more fish get caught, so to speak. What do you think, Orb?
I agree. I Holly and Sully just agree with all this. So I would have said something if I didn't agree. But yeah, open the can of worms. Let it rain.
Tinker's finally approved of his.
Chaos.
I was just surprised. Why would you expect people of questionable morality to maybe do questionably moral things at each other? I don't understand. Is there no honor among thieves?
depends on what thieves guild you're part of.
Yeah, that's true. True. The Morrowind Thieves Guild, definitely a lot of honor in that. Then they were pretty.
No, it was more like, what? Bad guys do bad things? What? No way.
I'm just still like the main thing I'm still trying to work out. Sorry, I'm just pouring coffee here. If you're wondering what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's all right.
I'm trying to work out what the scrapped one's angle is, because he clearly was not coming at this without malice in any way when we talked to him, right?
No,
like his whole thing was indifferent malice was the entire vibe, right?
That's why I think he was the one who was contacted to drop it on the Rusted Commons, and he decided not to, because it had to be dealt with by someone outside the Ingenuity, and the scrapped one is as far outside of the Ingenuity as you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think there's also a bit of stuff going on where it's like one person's villain might be another person's hero, and so he's probably could well be seen as a hero for the lower classes.
Correct.
Who are clearly having issues with as they said, being forced to work the bellows in substandard conditions.
Yeah,
and that potentially getting worse rather than better.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, they're all bad. Let's make sure we catch them all.
We gotta catch them
Pokemon.
all.
Pokemon.
Oh my god. And then a small goblin shows up. A hard leather cap.
Playing the latest craze.
Soot Gotham is here to play battle bugs.
Yeah, we just got to get them to work it out through a good solid game of battle bugs, you know.
Yeah. But with that,
anyway, let's back into it.
As this accusation rings through the Fireside Market, everything goes quiet. The temperature rises. Suddenly, Vanya's chair almost turns into some form of stockade. As it snakes up around her body, the metal twisting and turning, forcing her to stand up, holding her limbs in place and covering her neck, holding her completely still. Hathok stands up.
Oh yeah, Hathok just sees what's going on, probably.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Think about it.
Tinker might not be needed
models
here.
doing metal
Tinker's like
shit.
about to I'm just going to be quiet for a second.
The Forest keep it still just holding you up there.
Hathok stands up, gestures towards the Ingenuity and Gertrada, and says, "Deal with this. This is why I left you in charge. I don't care for politics." And leaves, walking away. Just unceremoniously stands up. The chair dissolves back into materials and tools that hover around her like satellites around a planet. She leaves.
So, but Vanya got
Vanya
Wrapped
is
up?
now pretty much like she's been
Encased.
wrapped up in metal sheets
Right.
and is standing still. And then Brommel looks almost a bit scared, takes a step back, and looks at the scrapped one and says, Is that seed functional? And the scrapped one nods, and just holding the handle of whatever this is, says, I was commissioned to make it, far away from the ingenuity. Gertruda, who's now standing watching Hathok leave, says, If you would like me, I could coax the truth from Vanya's lips.
Can the crowd hear this conversation? Like, is it coming
Yes.
through the? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And you see Gertruda holds her almost like smithing hammer topped staff. Just moves it through the air real quick in the direction of Vanya. Then says, She cannot speak a deliberate lie. Very quickly, Brommel steps up, walks close to Vanya, looks her over with a look of disgust, betrayal, as the scrapped one holds this object in front, just like holding it almost towards accusatory towards Vanya. And Brommel says, Did you have this commissioned? And Vanya looks around and says, Yes, but she can't say more before Brommel pushes her. And she disappears into the bead.
Shit, Tinker missed the moment.
Moment passed.
I mean, it's never too late.
Seeing this, Tinker screeches out, Wait! I have evidence! I have a statement from someone saying it's not just Vanya!
And there's people looking at you immediately. You see several Bulwark members look at you.
I was recently sent out, along with my companions, to chase after someone who overheard a conversation that involves Nyla and Brummel as well, and Tinker points out.
Make a persuasion check.
Surely the uppies gives him so much.
Surely my
charisma.
plus
quality
one,
of
plus one.
uppies must give him some sort of advantage.
The uppies prevent disadvantage.
Hey, look,
Cuteness.
you know, that is
because
that is some
because they can
powerful
actually
uppies.
see you waving the papers around
Yes, he's waving the paper.
instead of just being a voice in the crowd.
Yeah, no, and oh dear. Yep, that's.
Oh, remember mechanics, push and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Push
so-
your shit.
Push your shit. I really wish I'd inspiration right about now. That'd be super useful too.
Oh wow!
Um,
If only the bard was around.
You can do it, Tinker.
Oh dear. All right. So, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, how many? I'm just trying to check my hit die. If I'm pretty sure I've got one hanging around.
Yeah, because
Um,
remember, this is the same day as you went down the mountain. So I believe some.
Yeah. No, because I think he got topped up by Forrest.
No,
And-
he drank his own acid.
Drank my own acid.
He's
That's
good.
right. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Okay, yeah. So I've definitely got hit die. Cool. All right. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna push because persuasion check is only +0. All right, let's roll it. I've delayed enough. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's good, but we're still gonna
Yeah, I
push.
think-
I'm
I
still
think
gonna
it's
add
four.
a
He's
Plus
still-
4.
D4. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a 21.
So
We'll
take a
take
21.
3 out of 4 is
21
good.
will convince somebody.
Yeah, you definitely, like, everyone at the meeting turn around looking at you. And Brahma looks at you. Nyla looks at you. You see a crack in her mask, and she's like, and then she looks like, oh, elated. And Brahma says, "You, sir. Please, can we have you wait there? I'm afraid we've taken up much time, and we should continue this meeting. But we would like to talk to you to verify the legitimacy of your claim. That could definitely change everything. I'd hate to believe
Harold is there
anyone.
too. Harold of the Bulwark.
Captain Harold." And you see Harold sort of like
Oh no.
steps forward. "Yes, your ingenuity. Are you available to be there?" "I will make it happen." Good.
Tinker
Good.
is totally trusting in Forrest's unbelievable trusting of Harold right now.
Harold,
Harold
can
hates us.
we- Captain Harold, can we ask that you claim this evidence and keep it safe? And Harold nods and starts walking towards you, Tinker.
Tinker's immediately now going, shit. Okay. Forrest, put me down now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right, sure.
Tinker immediately goes, how far away is Harold?
Harold is starting to push through the people. He's a bit away, but people are making room, so he'll be here very shortly. You got
alright.
like,
What's wrong?
I'll say
Tinker?
18 seconds.
That's not enough to read the entire statement in one go. Okay.
You did
Tinker
very well.
pulls
What's wrong?
out, rummages in his pocket, ignoring Forrest because he has no time, pulls out a small stone and then utilizes his magical tinkering to imbue this tiny stone with 25 6-second long recorded message.
Okay.
Okay. He uses
You know
that
what?
6.
Are you actually going to try to record it?
He's going to attempt, with his keen mind feat, he can recall Dumont's voice. And he's going to attempt to impersonate Dumont.
Oh shit. I'm
And
going to
read-
ask you, make a performance check. Make a performance
Oh,
check.
dear.
And then I'm actually going to time you and give you 6 seconds to read as much of this as possible. We're gaming this.
Oh no.
What did you get?
Okay, hold on. Okay, rolling performance.
Yeah. Performance.
I'm going to push again. I'm using another hit die because that was a 12.
I don't
Yeah.
necessarily understand the performance reason, but I'm here for it
Because he's trying to
regardless.
mimic a voice, and he
mean-
doesn't.
Oh no!
have
I understand that what he's trying to do, but I don't understand why necessarily the mimicking the voice thing. But I'm here for it regardless, is what I'm saying.
Because if
It's cool and fun.
if he records it in his exact voice, then they can just claim he's just recorded. He wants to keep. Okay, so Tinker's plan right
Okay.
now is that he wants to keep the written statement because he does not want the only record of the
Oh,
statement being
so
taken away.
You're planning
So-
on giving him the recording.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
with you now.
So that's what he's attempting to do. So that was a 15 on performance. Okay, just give me a second here.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say a 15 is enough to make it sound ambiguous,
Okay, cool.
where it doesn't sound like Tinker, but you'd also need someone who knows Dumont very, very, very well to be able to pinpoint if it is Dumont.
Yep.
So I would say a 15 is enough to make it sound like someone else besides Tinker.
Cool. All right. Good. Okay.
Are you ready?
So I'm going to read the statement I'm going to read the statement word for word,
Mhm.
but Tinker will sort of make it sound like he's saying I overheard Vanya's secretary rather than just saying overheard Vanya's secretary.
Yeah,
So
yeah. For the purpose of this, because it says you can record a 6-second statement,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna time you. You can read however fast you want. But
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
time to see how much of the statement you can get into the recording.
Okay.
For shits and giggles,
Say what?
3.
Well,
Two.
hold on. Because of lag
Uh,
and latency, let Ozzy do the counting, and that way,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, all right.
that way he's not like losing
count
a
yourself
second.
in. Yes, perfect.
All right, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Overheard Vanya's secretary talking to Brummel about accidentally dropping the Leviathan on the rusted commons to create an expansion and gentrification opportunity they've been waiting for. Brummel said that they needed to be.
Damn.
I really thought I'd get through that second paragraph or second
How
sentence.
much of it did you get?
I got to. Brummel said it needed to be dealt.
Okay. I mean, you have enough to do one more recording if you have more uses of your magical tinkering, or
Yes.
can you only have one object at a time?
He has one more spot remaining.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's go.
So you
Alright.
wanna do a part 2?
Yeah, part 2.
3, 2,
Forrest just looking on like,
1. Don't make me laugh.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'll wait. I'll wait.
3, 2, 1, go. Dealt with by someone outside the Ingenuity and said they needed a scapegoat to fall back on if anything went wrong. The secretary said she would contact Q and that she already had a scapegoat in mind.
Stop.
That's all I wanted. I got the full.
Nice.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
Well, I
shit.
wanted-
let's
I wanted the whole
go.
Okay.
There's more
perfect.
days, but they only really kind of prove that Dumont went on the run. So I just wanted that first part done.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So
Whew.
by the time that Harold gets up to you, you have these 2 rocks and the stack of paper.
Right. Tinker looks up at Harold. And
Tinker, is this what you wanted to show me?
it is, Harold. Please. I've tried to do only good once I've gotten into the city, and I feel like I've stuffed up from time to time. But I need you to trust me on this, and Forrest. If anything, trust Forrest. And Tinker holds out the 2 stones.
And he takes them.
The statement is recorded on this. But I'm happy to come to a meeting as long as you are there, and Forrest and my companions are with me.
I will see what I can do. And he sort of holds it up to his ear, and there's like the recording plays from one of the stones. He looks at it, and he looks at you with furrowed brows.
Harold,
I'll trust you.
while you're here, just quickly, do you know anything about the fella who attacked us the other day, getting out on, what did you call it again? Bail?
Bail.
Bail?
It was Nyla. She got him out on bail.
Do you know anything about that?
Anyone can post bail. I'll have to
But-
look into it, but that is if you are insinuating what I think, that's a grave accusation. You ask me to trust you, and I ask you to trust in the system.
Tinker nods.
And he stands up, he nods at you, Forrest. And then he walks back to his position. He puts the 2 rocks in his pocket. And Bramwell says, well, isn't that quite dramatic? What we have lost today. But what joy that we can see the artisan in her true form after so long. How blessed are we? They go back to having their meeting. You see the scrapped one takes this object, puts it down on the ground. And the conversation continues.
Sorry, Josie. Can Tinker look around? Does he
Yeah.
recognize anybody around him from the Daughter of Flame Inn?
Make a perception check. While you're doing that, you hear them confirm. You look around. A bit of a daze. People are moving. They're talking. There's also a lot of people, almost like circulating around to get a look at you, the person who pretty much interrupted this grand meeting. Everyone is looking towards Forest as well. What you can tell from the meeting is that they decide to euthanize the Leviathan, but they do also decide to open another bellows. Hubberton demands that if that's the case, there need be written insurance and increased pay for those. They agree. They also state that in 3 days' time, there will be a great raid in the sewers to cull any remaining leeches before the rains come. There's 1 week left until the rains. After that, they aim to have the Bulwark reinstate their guard at their normal positions and hopefully open up the city to trade again after all of this. The various delegates of the meeting leaves. Passing by, as they all leave, the scrapped one locks eyes with you, Forrest. Just stares at you as they pass by. And then you hear, "So, where could I get that drink?" Let's just say that I do not deal well with the heat. Would you look at the size of my puddle? And you see the water that was surrounded Marlin is definitely a lot less.
Oh, it's certainly a little bit smaller than it was before. Also, sorry for interrupting things.
Do not apologize to me. I am only a guest.
That was all.
I did not expect so much drama.
It was all very weird.
It was.
Yes.
It also felt strangely
Hot.
Staged.
coincidental. Yes.
A host?
Maybe we should talk about this somewhere else.
Yes, I have the perfect place.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
Am I
really?
even allowed to leave? Am I allowed? I feel like they wanted.
You've already given it to Harold. I'm sure he can.
Oh, yes.
He did. You know. After all, I think we should stick with Marilyn, right?
Oh, absolutely. Also, we need to find.
No,
Trish.
if you have somewhere to be, I can
Oh
find
no
my own way.
We're actually going back to the inn where we're staying.
Oh,
That a good.
would you say you have an inn?
Ah,
we do?
I'm
Oh, it's
warming
not
up to
ours
these
though.
jokes.
It doesn't belong to us.
No, Forrest. It's a play of words where when you're trying to and Tinker would explain this joke as they guide Marlon to the daughters
In like
of Flame.
5 minutes as they're
Yeah.
walking down the road,
Yeah.
like people within a block radius hears this. Ha!
Oh dear. Oh god.
Well, I am sure we can find somewhere to drink. Then you know somewhere. Where is your fiery friend?
I think she might have gone back to the inn. Possibly. She looked unwell, didn't she, Forrest?
She looked a bit bothered, and perhaps she's gone back to rest. I don't know. She didn't say nothing.
Maybe, but food, drinks. Sadly, I will have to leave in a couple of hours. I have places to be, dragons to see.
Yeah. Tinker's like, well, Tinker almost goes, well, you can see what, and then he bites his tongue. But yeah, Tinker would, because he was under the understanding he was going to be hauled into a meeting, but if no one's coming to get him, he will guide
strangely
them.
enough, even you managed to catch the eyes of Harold as he's talking to another couple of the Bulwark captains. Even Bromal comes up to him with Nyla behind, and they talk for a moment. And he looks at you, but he doesn't come to fetch you.
Well, that might have settled that then.
Well, he knows where to find us anyway, so...
That he does. That he does. All right.
And we gave him everything, so...
I gave him enough.
Well, I said everything, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
you gave him everything.
And I got to keep this as well.
Yeah, sure. You cannot be too careful.
Absolutely. That is entirely what I've been trying to teach you this whole time, Forrest.
I
You
already knew
can't
that.
be too careful. Sometimes you gotta hold the cards close to your chest.
Oh. Oh, you can explain that to me later.
Back at the Daughters of Flame, Trish, you have entered the tavern. You do see Valia standing behind the counter. There's not a lot of patrons right now. Everyone is probably at the market or at work. But as you step in, Valia looks up and says, "Oh, well, we nearly thought you were dead. How are you doing?"
Not great. I need to clean myself. And she sees a drink on the table.
So you need a room?
And she goes, I need a drink and to clean myself. Yes, room. Need now.
Room.
Please.
Well, lucky for you, you still technically were supposed to check out of your rooms today.
Oh, yes, we were supposed to.
But if you would like to keep them for a couple of more days,
These people are so understanding.
Yes, so understand. Yes, please.
that's great. That's great. Yes.
Oh,
so
they know how adventurers do, you know.
that's just how they do.
We should just like permanently go. You know what? How much does it cost to buy these rooms?
I mean, that's a good question.
It's
I'm
not
trying
how
to
they make
remember.
not how they make money in a hotel, though.
We can still pay. Okay, how long does it take
No.
to rent the rooms? Like long term.
Long term?
Cut a deal for a long term, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I wrote it down somewhere, but I forgot.
That's all right. We can deduct later and stuff.
We
Yeah,
can
we
do
can
that
do that
later.
later.
Assuming
yeah,
Trish still
so
has
she,
money.
Trish has
yeah.
got money.
Oh,
Oh, does she?
Trish has money, right?
I think he's got
Chris
more things to
money.
break then.
Oh, shit.
Trish has
Not
no
satisfied till she's
Trish-
bankrupt.
Trish has nothing. Trish is lying.
Trish is poor, no money.
So poor.
She looks in her little money pouch and goes, yes, and it's a note in there goes, not Tinker's money.
Yeah, not take
Sure. Not for now, anyway.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, so you can pay for the rooms.
Sort it out
She
later.
does say, Valia does say, okay, and a drink, 2 copper,
easy.
and just like fills up a flagon of ale, hands it out to you.
She goes, here's 10 copper, and just keep them coming.
Sure, okay, and just takes the money, gives you a flagon of ale, and says, by the way, we can only give you the rooms for 2 more days. After that, we're gonna need you to commit to the rooms or find somewhere else, because Wind's End Day is coming and the rains are coming, so we're looking for some of our long-term guests to return.
Wow.
Trish is like taking this in, but not really taking it in. She's
Also, is Tinker still around?
maybe could be coming later. I don't know. And she's already walking up the stairs. Like she's
With your like big
Yeah.
stein of ale.
yeah.
The two of you, Tinker and Forrest, you come back. There are some people behind you that also heading this way, but they're keeping distance since you have Marlin in tow. You come in, you see Lami, the little rabbit person, is currently bussing some tables, wiping them down, getting everything ready, hearing the people approach, preparing everything. As you enter, and she says, your rooms have been paid for another 2 days.
Oh, lovely. That must have been Trish, I suppose.
Oh, so she did
Yes,
come back here.
yes. She did. And you see Valia behind the counter says, Tinker, when you have a moment.
I certainly have a couple.
Also, who is...
Oh, this is our new friend.
This is
And Valia is just-
Marilyn. We met him at the market.
He tells a lot of funny jokes.
I see.
He made a really
And then-
good one
and-
about this place.
Yeah, and then as she says that, Marlene says, and I am from the sea.
All of a sudden, Trish is walking down the stairs after a quick wash up. I need another drink.
Oh,
All right, is right here. And you, like, Valia is already pouring one up.
Oh, Trish, there you are.
you missed it. I was the center of attention.
That was a real hell of a thing that you missed there, Trish.
Who needs to worry about that? Can you get Forrest a drink as well?
Oh, please, thank you.
Is this on your tab?
Yes.
All
Oh,
right.
One for Marlon, too, please.
Sure,
Also
but
on Trish's tab, yes.
yes. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. And Tinker, do you want one?
Tinker could pay for his own. He's rich. He's got lots of money.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Sure.
Thank you, Trish.
And just hands out, and you see like Marlon looks at his like it's a novelty. He's like smelling it, like, oh, that's a very different. Like it's a little sip.
You just see Trish gun it. She's chugging it down so hard,
Very
and then
different.
she's already getting copper ready for the next drink.
What do you normally drink, Marilyn?
Well, we also drink ale, but it's regional.
I don't know.
It depending on where the ale is from, it tastes different.
Well, fancy
The
that.
taste of the earth, the taste of the crop.
Well, you know, actually, now that you mention that, I did notice that some of the food tastes different. Like our other friend Morel, she gave me a really nice fish when I met her.
Or
She's
Really?
apparently she knows a lot about fish.
I also know quite a lot about the fish.
She's also very handy with a net.
Nets scare me.
Oh, sorry. That is
That
insensitive? I
that
do
was a
apologize.
joke.
Oh.
I am
Oh.
sure a net could not hold me.
I
Trish-
don't want to presume.
Trish thinking that everyone's drunk the drink and she's paid for another 3 drinks and handed them back out
Oh.
to
I don't think
Forrest
so.
and she goes, "Oh, you wet one. Here, this one's for you as well."
And Morel's really not very strong. I didn't think she could hold the net on you.
Well, I have not met this Mirel, so how would I know? I was going to ask though, Trish was your name.
And like
You-
she's sort of like looking the other way at the moment. Are you talking to me?
I am.
Sit-
If you are the Trish, is
sit
anyone
down,
else
Trish.
here named Trish?
I mean, I am Trish, not the Trish, but I am Trish.
Oh, you're definitely the Trish.
Trish, I was wondering if I might have a word with you.
Oh, I'm in trouble again.
You are not
Probably.
in trouble. This is not one of those things. It's just something that might be a little bit strange to talk about in front of your friends, and I know how that sounds. It is not an innuendo.
Well, this has already gotten awkward enough. I'm gonna go see what I was meant to be over here. I'll be back. Tinker hops off the table and heads over to the person who was calling for him.
And as you go to Valia and you like scramble up on one of the bar stools, Marlin says to you, Trish, if you do not mind, I can talk bluntly, as your sharp friend Tinker would say, if you don't mind the forest hearing.
Oh, well, no. I'm easy. I don't want to say that too loud in here.
I could tell from your reaction earlier that was probably the first time you met one of the Quintessence and actually had them use their presence on you.
She
Are
just
you all
nods.
right?
She goes like this, and then she just finishes the rest of her drink. She goes,
Would
nope.
you like
No.
Would you like to talk about what you experienced? I have some knowledge in the matter myself, having worked very closely to another of the Quintessence.
And she goes, I would like that. And then she just explains the whole experience, like word for word. And just, yeah, the whole thing. She just goes, and it was just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I understand, yes.
Just by looking at her.
No, by her looking at you,
That's amazing.
very different. It is amazing and it is also terrifying. I understand if you're not feeling too well.
Forrest kind of just like shakes his head, like having absorbed the story, realizing that the moral of it to him is ultimately that Trish got hurt, and kind of just like stands up and gives her an awkward hug over the shoulder and is like, sorry you didn't feel too well. Are you okay now?
I don't think so, but I will be. Another
good.
drink.
Marlin says, yes, another drink.
And he's just gonna
he-
like still be awkwardly over your shoulder, just
Yeah,
it's
and
just long
and
enough for
Marlin,
that hug to
Marlin
get
also,
awkward.
yeah, Marlin also lets you speak openly about this.
Yep.
He's very much just listening. There's a moment when he goes, "No, you stay outside," and you can see the little puddle of water trying to get in over the threshold.
There's something in that puddle. I bet you there's something in the puddle, like a
Oh,
protector or
undoubtedly
something.
now.
Yeah.
It's a
Like a
water
pet.
method, obviously.
What?
So while this is happening, Tinker, you scramble up to the bar top. People are starting to filter in. The people are giving a wide berth away from Marlin. Words find hard, difficult. But they're curious. There's some curiosity. Every now and then someone dares to get close and ask a question. Or like the curiosity gets them, you know? The curiosity overcomes the fear. But you can definitely see Valia keeps looking over towards Marlin every now and then. In between serving drinks, she slams a bundle of paper on the bar top in front of you.
Is this what I think it is?
I didn't know when you were coming back, so I had it all translated.
Oh, to be honest, I didn't know whether I was coming back either, but thank you. We
Yes,
got a little sidetracked.
Oh, all right. That's fine. We were just a bit worried when you suddenly disappeared for 2 days.
Well, yeah, that tends to happen when you get thrown in jail and then told the only way to leave jail is to then do a job for the Bulwark. And then next thing you know, you were involved in a giant plot. And
Wait, what plot?
then it clicks that he's in the door to the Flame Inn. And then, where's my notes? Because this isn't in the
Anvil,
notes.
I believe the word
Yes,
you're looking
yes.
for.
Does the word anvil mean anything to you?
And she gets a dark look on her face. You can almost see that glow. Her emberkin glow gets a little bit brighter, and then she manages to calm it.
No, hold on. We just might have a friend who is now safe, and I have his last message.
Okay.
Oh, I
Tinker
get what you're
smiles.
talking about.
Tinker smiles. We need that emote, Tinker smile, please.
You're saying our friend from the mountains made it away safely?
Made it away? Yes. We might need to redefine safe a little bit.
Alive?
Definitely alive.
What?
Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's just imagining the Force just like because he's so tall, he just like leans over off the table. He just
Definitely
And
alive. No thanks to the moon.
it was a bit difficult to reach there for a while. Since our contact outwards also needs to stay wary of the moon.
So, didn't intend to have this conversation right now, but
Yes, let's talk about something else for now. And looks around at all the customers.
there was like the clicked in Tinker's head. Like, hold on, there's a friend pool here.
And she then pats the stack of paper and says, long story short, you're going to need a lot of money, someone who knows how to work metal, or you're going to kill something really big.
Okay, I love all three of those things. Actually, kind of have an idea about the money. I know someone.
You know someone?
I know.
Not
someone.
Trish.
All right.
No. The woman he met at the ball.
Oh yes, I see.
The potential
The woman he
patron.
wooed at the ball. She had a lot of money.
Get the wooing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, hang on.
Get that investment.
Kill something really big. What about killing something really big?
Turns out whoever drew up the schematics had two ideas of how to make them work. The gauntlet. You either need to have some knowledge of circuitry. Do you know?
Picking things up here and there.
Okay, but apparently you need some very specific platinum alloyed gold wiring to fill the circuitry.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, I did some quick math, and it's gonna cost you about 1,000 silver to get the amount needed.
Okay, let me just. Then he pretends to open his little pocketbook, which he's just minding it. He's like, and he counts. Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
The other option is to basically you need to find something strong.
Tinker looks over at Forrest.
He's like,
And you
yeah,
need
so-
to and you like as you're doing that, Marlin's like, very nice. You need to find something strong. You need to manage to very carefully like strip out and somehow preserve muscle fibers.
Tinker stops looking at Forrest. No, he's your friend, not your science project. Nope.
¿Por qué no los dos?
No, he's a psychology project.
Ain't that the truth?
And attach them instead in the path of the circuitry. That's
Oh, okay.
the only thing is that the wire version has a predetermined output.
Whereas the other version would be reliant on the strength of the creature that you use.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So in some ways, you could improve upon the technological version if you found a creature strong enough.
Yeah, it just seems to be that if it's real hard to detach if you do one version and then try to move over to the other version.
No. If
might-
I'm doing this big. I will find the biggest and strongest thing in
All right.
the world.
Okay.
I mean, go big
Yeah.
or go home, right? That's the only way you're going to be remembered when you're gone.
For sure. I myself already have some ideas of how I want to go about this. I'm making my own version.
Oh, of course. I would have it no other way. And then if we both have one, at some point in the future, we should compare which one's stronger.
You know what? I'm down for that. That sounds... Yes.
Compare notes, and then maybe improve upon the original design.
We should do that.
Absolutely.
We should do that. All right. Great. Now I gotta get back to work. Enjoy your reading, and sort of like pats the bundle of papers again.
And I absolutely will. And we will need to talk later. We'll need to talk later.
Yes, later.
Later.
Not now. Later.
now. Later.
Good.
Yes. Oh, I go now.
Yes, yes.
On the paper.
He gets down. And when you return to the table, Marlin is talking to Trish and says, "You need to remember that while this was a jarring experience, it is how you react to it that decides the path forward. It is not easy to do, but knowing can help."
She will stop drinking the rest of her drink and goes, "Yes. Yes. Bye-bye." And she goes upstairs. She's going to go have a nap.
All right.
Oh, good. She doesn't need this
Bye.
then. Tinker finishes her drink.
Did you have a fun, Tinker?
Oh,
Your friend?
most certainly. See, we found these. Oh, hitting my microphone. We found these notes. And Tinker would explain about how they discovered this. He wouldn't go into like the details of like in the sewers underneath the city or anything. He would just say that, you know, they found these hidden notes that was trapped. There was a riddle, and he found these, and he wouldn't say what the notes are, but it's like for schematics for an item, and he's really excited to sort of, you know, get to work on it, and yeah.
That is so interesting.
You got them all. You said you needed to do something to understand them, or you got them all done. That's brilliant.
It is all done, and turns out, Forrest. Now get this: we need to find someone really strong.
Oh,
And hold on, before you start pulling out them guns, I mean really strong. And then we need to take their muscle fibers.
oh,
Oh, I do not want to brag, but I know someone really strong.
But they're probably not going to give us their muscle fibers.
No, I just wanted to say that I wanted to brag and then pivot to something else. Okay, that did not work.
Oh, it was another joke. I'm sorry.
No, apologize. I'm trying out new material for when I return home
It
to my
could just-
singular audience.
Oh, do you have a fan?
Not so much a fan, more like a ward.
Oh, captive audience. I see.
Yes,
No, that was a
they
joke.
are stuck
Oh,
with me
I think we're
because
both
they are
joking,
captive.
But yes, that. I don't think
I
that
am
translated
joking.
good.
They are not a captive.
Yeah, no, so am I. They're definitely not joking. Yes,
But they are stuck with me. Well, not
Oh.
currently. They went on a journey. And
Oh.
I'm also on a journey.
Now that I can understand, as it's clear from mine and Forrest's appearance, and Trish, we had all on a journey. Kind of get stuck together though.
Well, the more the merrier, I hear some people say.
I think it's been pretty fun. Has it been fun, Forrest?
it's certainly been a time.
Well, that is important. In my youth, I also traveled with some friends and saw the world. I saw a great many things. I saw the home of the dragons, the flying city of Reckwall. I also saw the lake of Hollow, where the mountain once stood. I went to the Wanderwoods. I saw the burning tree. That was a sight. And I went to
you
a
saw
market.
the burning tree.
Did you see the burning tree?
Oh, hey, that's quite a sight, isn't it?
It is. Nobody believed me when I told them that I saw a tree on fire in full bloom.
It was very pretty.
It is very pretty. So you
It's
have
like-
seen it too?
Oh, hey, it's like quiet but loud as well, you know?
Yes. Almost like it was screaming.
How can a tree be on fire yet still living?
How can I be a fish person? I'm simply saying, Tinker, that you may need to think bigger.
No, that one I
With
understood.
your already big brain needs to make sure it can think more. It's quite a small question. How can you steal a muscle to build a thing? How can anything really? How can the moon fly in the sky and hurt people?
Well, I may not know the answers to all those questions, but I will find them out.
How can people be so stupid that they bring a big fish over their city and drop it?
That does
I
seem pretty
know,
silly.
right? What a ridiculous idea!
It feels like a really, really dumb oversight.
It's not very nice to the fish either.
Hang
I
on,
don't
you
It is
think-
not.
I didn't think they approved.
Do you think they dropped it, or do you think it was purposely dropped?
I don't know. All I know is that Tendrilagos was chased for a very long time, then captured, tired, exhausted, carried up into the air, and then dehydrated. A large boom. I just feel like they could have gone around. They did not have to carry it over the mountains like that.
You've seen a lot of things, like you say. Have you seen
Yeah.
the Tendrilagos before?
Tendrilagos.
Gosh.
Aye.
Sorry, I didn't know
Gosh,
the word
gosh,
well.
gosh.
Gosh,
Oh
gosh,
my
gosh,
gosh.
gosh. Is it ever? Have I been? Is it Tendrilagos? Gosh.
No.
What
Forest.
are you?
It is
very
only
confused.
Tendrilagos.
Okay. But have you met it before?
When it was a little bambini. When it was very, very small.
Would you? Not that I sort of think that there is someone that definitely wants to try and save it or anything, but if someone was trying to definitely try and save it or something, do you know if that's possible? Not that I know anyone who's probably definitely trying to save it.
It's... I will not say it's not possible, but it is difficult. Even for me, in my old age, I'm not as strong as I used to be. But there is a... Let's say you cannot save Tendrilagos as it is, but you could probably... You could probably help it along. They said they were going to put it out of its misery, which I appreciate to some extent, but I don't...
Sure, I understand.
I don't even
that.
see why they brought me here, really. Probably just to show off.
Yes, probably to show off. Possibly. I feel like there's a great many things happening in the city that is all very political and annoying and gets in the way of just, everyday life. And unfortunately, I think you've just been roped into it.
Well, I'll be leaving real soon, so I don't really care.
We thought we were leaving real soon too.
We were actually told to get out of the city.
That's right. The scrapped
scrapped
one told us to get out.
The scrapped one, the one
Aye.
with the metal.
He was
Yes.
very rude.
That one, he hides a lot of secrets.
You're telling me.
Honestly, he feels like he would hurt people for no really good
I would
reason.
not be surprised if he hurt the people. Many people.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've hurt people, but I feel like I've hurt them for good reason. I didn't think he would hurt them for good reason. Well, maybe he thinks he does.
I
but
cannot speak to his reason. But he is definitely bad news.
That's a much better way of saying it. But when did you say you're staying till?
Just probably till we have finished eating.
Oh,
Yes, I would like to make it to the reach before sundown.
well, I wish you could have met my friend Morel.
Hmm.
Not that she's the one that definitely wants to try and probably save the Leviathan, but you know, if
He
that,
sounds like a good one.
I think she's a good one. But if you had any advice for such a person, maybe you could tell me or Tinker. He's got a better brain than I. Maybe we could pass on the message if we run into such a person that's definitely not Morel, who is absolutely probably trying to save the Leviathan.
Tinker's jaw has
And he like winks at Tinker like he's just done a really good job of.
Tinker's jaw has hit the floor because Forrest is being coy and
He's doing it well.
very, very articulate for Forrest.
Yeah, full forest is the big
Forrest.
caveat.
and I think behind his eyes is there a little bit more respect. Like this is just, wow.
Well, all I can say is if you have someone who can talk to it, to Tendrelagos, if you ask it if it would like to begin anew, it might help.
Begin
Alright.
anew. Got it. We will,
Yes.
if we happen to run into someone like Forrest has mentioned, we'll pass it on.
Yes, like Morel.
Good.
Tinker's jaw is now back in his mouth.
I'm starting to suspect that maybe Forrest, you have a little thing for this Mirel.
Oh.
Oh,
Tinker
she's a great
drinks
friend.
a little bit of
She's-
ale and then spits it out.
She's the first one I met on my journeys who I would call a friend.
The friendship. It is a beautiful.
She gave me really nice fish.
What
Way
else
too
are you
immense.
to do when you can give someone a really nice fish?
I never tasted nothing
Back
like
where
it.
I come from, some people give a really nice fish to propose.
Is that right? I mean, it seems like a good present. What would they be proposing, though?
Tinker's like, oh, there's the real Forrest.
A lifelong
Forrest is back.
friendship.
Oh, well, that's a good way to... Maybe she was proposing a lifelong friendship. That's really
Maybe.
lovely, if so.
As this conversation keeps going, Trish, up in your room, you're trying to sleep. You're doing your best, just tossing and turning.
Also sobbing a little.
Why? What is she thinking about?
She's wondering why all these things are happening. Why is it happening to her? She doesn't get involved, but she lets her emotions get involved. She's upset. She doesn't know where Morel is, and Morel's just gone off by herself. She doesn't like it when her friends just leave her or act differently. She's just very with me. I need to do better.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Really has read too many books. Oh, woe is me.
Oh yeah. I can imagine in that full recline on the bed, you know.
Crit 20.
Holy
Natural
shit.
20.
Oh, let's go.
I had a dirty 20 and a normal good 20.
There's a moment where the air feels different. And you swear outside the window, even though it's just early afternoon, the world takes on that strange purple glow that you just saw when Hathok looked at you. Looking outside, the world is moving as normal. But something's different. In the sky where the stars should be, instead look up. And almost like a membrane of oil on the surface of water, there's shifting. There's movement. Something. And then the world returns to normal. The sensation lingers. You look out and you see the blue sky and the sun. Something feels weird. You can't help but scratch at the back of your neck when you have your mark. It feels cold. That's where we're going to end for today.
Ooh. Mysterious.
Yeah.
What's
Maybe
all-
there's consequences to trying to
What's all
get
that
into the
about?
head of a goddess.
Could be.
Just
could
saying. Are these the
yeah.
consequences of your act?
I'm not familiar with those. What is that?
be. I mean, we know that they're a goddess now.
You know, fair. You know, true.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Pabbor's
Goddess
comment on that.
confirmed.
Yeah, I like Pabbor said, like, you know what? Close enough.
Close enough, yeah. yeah.
Close enough to not, like, probe.
I thought Tinker was meant to be the impulsive one of this this campaign.
She was very
It was
emotional.
specifically
at that time.
because you tried to do, like, a mental thing. If you just
Yeah.
tried to call out or anything like that,
Hey,
would have been very
God?
different.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trish was planning to, and then went, "No, I'm smarter than that."
Yeah.
No, she
But-
is not.
Session officially over. We're gonna have some after talk, some quick Q&A if there are questions. Orb, if you want
Yes,
to run
thank
off and
you.
head to bed,
Thank
feel
you.
free. Thank you so much. An applause for Orb.
Yay. Woo.
All right.
Go sleep, have good time, and we will see you next time.
No.
See you,
Good night.
Bobby.
Bye. All right. So,
So yeah. Thoughts, prayers.
Harold is. Tinker has now done a complete 180. He
Oh yeah?
He's so sus of Harold now. I
Nah. I'm not
No.
sus of Harold.
no.
It like, and of course, this is speaking not as Forrest, because obviously
Yeah,
Forrest
yeah.
has his own ideas about
Mhm.
Harold, which will be unshakable until there's, you know,
Until proven otherwise.
until
yes.
very obviously proven otherwise. I don't think that. I think Harold is perhaps has just too much faith in the system. I don't think he's necessarily in on it.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
I think
Wait,
he's
sorry, one more time.
I think he's a good egg who has too much faith in the system, which is run by bad eggs.
You know what? That's a good assessment.
Yeah, I think that's pretty bang on the money. It's just that Tinker is someone who he doesn't care about the
It's not that Tinker has ever been slighted by the system.
No,
that's not it,
no,
though.
not at all.
No, never.
No, never.
Never.
He doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't want to break the system. He just doesn't want to be bound by, like, he doesn't, it's not even that he doesn't want to be bound by the system. He just, if the system's wrong, fix it. And he just wants to go out and figure things out.
Would it be accurate to say that that Tinker doesn't necessarily hate the systems in general, but hates that the systems are so often unbending and
Pretty much.
unchanging?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, he like, I think it's fairly self-apparent in some way, shape, or form. He broke out of the system, and now he's clear that he's now not at least welcome by Wormkin. So it's sort of like, he's just very just not distrustful, but like, if someone's so entrenched in the system like Harold is, then it's not a distrust of personality. It's just a distrust of, well, they can't get the job done that Tinker needs done. Now, that's why he made the duplicate of the statement, because now he still has the original statement.
Yeah,
he was afraid that,
for sure.
Bremel might just take the statement away, destroy it, and then where's the proof? There is no proof at all.
Exactly.
So
I'm actually like low to middle key worried about Harold now and his actual survival.
True. Yeah, because Tinker called him out because
he might be too good of an egg.
Yeah.
And might get cracked. You know what I mean?
Because the reason Tinker called him out is because he didn't want to just have the evidence taken away, and that was who Forrest trusted, and Tinker was only with Forrest. So he's like, well, I'm just gonna keep the people that Forrest and him sort of know and like around and hope for the best. But they didn't call him into a meeting or anything like that. So I think the evidence is gone.
Let's just make sure that Harold doesn't disappear under mysterious circumstances. Yeah.
Well, Vanya's gone.
He's just been signing up for a course of re-education.
Okay, well, we heard that before. We heard that before.
That was just me. That was just me being funny.
Yeah.
I have plans. I know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
I will say thank you for having my moment of describing the whole scenario around the meeting.
You were going
like,
ham. You were going.
I was really like, okay, I can't go into too much detail because then that's gonna take up all the 3 hours. But I there were some key notes I definitely wanted to get in there.
I just need everyone to appreciate how much it took Tinker to ask for uppies in that moment.
We've already, because he only
beautiful.
allows. There's 2 people now who has given him uppies with consent.
With consent.
It's Madam Scarlet and Forrest.
And one was because he wanted money, and the other was because he wanted to be noticed.
God, I loved hearing you say that. Maybe I should go to Madam Scarlet and ask for a loan.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He literally met someone the other night who has money, and
who also said that you should come back when you have some more thought out ideas.
And this is a pretty detailed idea.
It is a pretty.
He doesn't have to say it's not his.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his via ownership.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Not necessarily a Tinker original.
Tinker wants money and attention. Tinker's
Tinker's an
an
e-boy.
e-boy.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Well, he's got
Just
that
waiting
trademark
until-
smile and wink. So
Yeah, he's an
he's,
e-boy.
boy.
I'm just waiting until his toupee turns into what's his name again? I can't remember names today. Evil Spider-Man Peter Parker.
Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire hair.
Oh,
That's all
my
we
God.
want. It's all we want.
Is that when it slips just over his brow a little bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he goes emo, he's
Yeah.
bad now.
So that's gonna
Oh god, I actually. Yeah, that's.
Whoever
oh.
thought of that scene just should never write again.
No, I disagree. I loved it.
But
I loved it.
it's come back around, you know?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
has.
yeah.
But oh my god.
The meme lives. The meme lives.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
laughed so hard at
Marzipan.
that in the theater.
No, Marzipan. The toupee isn't sentient. It can't become sentient because it used to be sentient or part of a sentient creature
Yeah.
before Tinker
Which
made it
is
into a toupee.
no longer with us.
Oh gosh.
Nobody heard the music in the background. Nobody heard it.
No.
What do you mean?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Gosh, what a session. What a way to come back after 2
Interesting.
weeks off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
next week, if everything goes according to plan, Cuddly returns.
Oh, that's funny. Here we go.
What has
Hey.
Mirel been up to?
Next
What
thing we
happened
know,
earlier?
the Leviathan isn't there anymore. She's just gone and done it anyway.
She's just gone and done a David Copperfield. Like-
No, she's doing a Free Willy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've actually now just discovered that it can essentially phoenix itself, right? Because that's clearly what Marlon
That was
was
kind
In a
of the
way,
implication.
Yeah.
In a
right?
way, it's. I don't want to say too much, but for those who get it, you'll get it if I say it can do a digi-egg.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Sort of. Sort of.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Sort
That seems
of.
Phoenixy though. That sounds Phoenixy to me.
It's,
It is and it isn't. Yeah.
It's more akin to. It's Phoenixy, but
It's not the exact same.
necessarily. It's not a guarantee, and there's also, because of how Leviathans function, it's more akin to Digimon because you don't know what it's going to turn out to be.
Mhm.
A Digimon.
Because Leviathans are like in the process of constant adaptation and change.
Mhm.
Even if this creature goes back to like egg stage,
So it's more like
it
a
could then,
self-imposed reincarnation.
yeah, sort of.
Okay.
But not all of them can do it. There's stuff behind, but that's why Marlin was being a bit cryptic as well, because it's not a guarantee. You don't know what the effects are gonna be. The creature might be too weak to do it already.
Well,
Guess we'll find out.
yeah, it's
Guess
either
we'll
that
find out.
or he's gonna be
Next week, same time, same day, same channel.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's
Leviathan.
Put it
Yeah,
in a
Yeah,
box.
it's-
until
Is
we
it still
lift until we lift the little
The
tarp
tarp?
that's over it. Yeah.
Is it alive? Is it dead? Is it even there? Was it there to begin with?
Oh.
No, I think
Uh,
they felt it. It was definitely there to begin with.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt it. There's probably a crater that definitely felt it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh
You know what?
gosh.
It's what I'm doing.
Why do I
What am I
feel
doing?
like we're like close to an answer, but at the same time we're just following?
I think
I don't know.
yeah, I know what you mean. We've definitely gotten more pieces and we're seeing more of the puzzle, but that's also showing that there are many pieces that we haven't got
Yeah.
yet.
And
Of
like,
this picture.
I've really enjoyed writing this arc.
that's good.
I don't know.
Mm.
Because it's really hard to make it relevant and have lots of, like, as you say, like lots of players in the game, while also, because it's still, even though we've said like, oh, the world isn't focused on the characters, but we are still focused on the characters. So I still need to make the party relevant somehow,
Well, as the scrapped one
or
said,
give enough incentive to insert themselves into what's happening.
well, as the scrapped one said, like the party literally has nothing to do with what's going
Yeah.
on. The only thing that we have to do with it is that the bloody thing fell on us. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only name of the game we have, and it's just you know there's this now like a. I mean, now we are like
events transpired.
exactly like
Things happen.
Morel now kind of wants to rescue the Leviathan. Forrest wants to make sure that bad things aren't
got a
happening.
mysterious connection to it and its kin. Something there to unravel.
Yeah, and Tinker just.
I mean, we also it's also common world lore that sorcerers are supposed to have gotten their powers from Gavintel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That like the whole reason that sorcerers exist is because of the gift of magic. Because Gavintel is the goddess of magic, and so there's just a thing where like most sorcerers in their family tree, if you go back like, okay, who had magic? Okay, we go back a couple of generations. Oh, that guy had a meeting with one of the people from the Gavinite Society. Gotcha.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, and then all the Leviathans have something to do with Gavintel then?
Yes, it has to do with sea because Gavintel is the goddess of the
lore document again.
Yeah, this is it's like there's enough of it in the lore document, but Gavintel's domains are the sea, change, magic, and death.
Right. Here you go.
So that's also why people are afraid of the sea and that kind of stuff, because it's like, seawater's dangerous, it's bad, and
also the sea in general is just terrifying, god or no god.
yeah, and so there's just like and being like creatures of the sea, like a lot of inspiration about, like, everything turns to crab at the end, and like whales being the size they are. A lot of the inspiration for Leviathans are just like, what happened if a creature didn't need millions of years to adapt, but more like it can adapt almost significantly over one generation. And there's also the whole thing about like with the Leviathan hunting and
yeah.
Like
it's an interesting world that we're getting to explore.
Yeah.
We will
And
look forward to doing more of it.
Tinker just wants to bite his enemies. Just let
He
him
just wants to bite him. He just want to bite. He just wants a little nibble.
Sometimes a bite is
Nyla
necessary.
is definitely getting a bite. I'm sorry, it's happening.
He's getting a bite.
Getting bit.
Got to do a bite.
Yep, gonna do a bite. Yep.
Gotta do a bite.
Because with that bite, she's gonna learn exactly how dangerous Tinker is.
Still
like
no one knows.
Chihuahua.
No one knows what Tinker did. It's like,
but she does, and I bet
Nyla knows. Nyla knows. But I just love to think about Tinker as the one guy from Ratatouille. Like every time someone asks, he just changes the story. I just love that one montage in Ratatouille where it's like, I created an ozone layer in the sky. Or like, no, I created a major stock market plummets. I robbed a bank with a ballpoint pen, and then like I killed a man with this thumb.
But in Tinker's case, every single one is true.
Every single one is true. 100%. 100%.
Tinker's just every time someone mentions a crime, he's like, I did that, but that's not why I got exiled. Like I did that too, but that's not.
Yeah, but they didn't get me for that one.
Yeah. Like it's only a crime if the police get you.
Yeah.
Man, I really want to learn. I want to know the details. Let's make it next Sunday already. Let's go. Come on.
Oh shit! But we gotta quit. We can't make it next Sunday until we leave. So let's. I'm gonna send us off on a raid. I'm stealing the. I'm taking the wheel, Captain.
Oh shit! Jersey wait. Doesn't Jersey always have the wheel?
I do.
Oh, heck.
People,
Jersey has the
thank
wheel.
you all for today. I have the wheel.
Yeah.
With Gavlan, you wheel, you deal.
Oh,
There you go.
Kavlan, how I miss you.
Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a great time. I've been Josie Poser, and I've been joined by Aussie Dev Fro, Roju, Wetazorb, who went to bed, and next week we will hopefully have back with us Cuddly Raptor. Stay tuned, join the Discord, subscribe on YouTube, keep your peepers peeled, your ears open, your noses flared, your tongues out to make sure that you are first to know when the next subscriber one-shot happens, people.
Yes.
And we will see you on the flip side.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.